as it was in Montana that a fossil was located in the 70s, which was so unlike anything seen before that it was simply dubbed an alien goldfish. This was the Typhlosus. This remarkable find came out of the Bear Gulch limestone formation, and happened to be even more ancient than the Tully monster, dating to the Serpicovian age some 330 million years ago. And the fossil was so confusing to researchers that it actually went underreported for a very long time, as no one wanted to deal with the headache of trying to figure out what it was. And the only real lead they had was that its body was swindle-shaped, teeny tiny, and possessed one single tail at the end, suggesting, like our friend Tully, it could swim on its own. But besides this, nada. Well, actually there was more, but it really only set scientists back more, adding just head-aching amounts of confusion, as it had no other exterior appendages, lacked a midsection, or anus, and literally had an organ that was never seen before or since, which is now dubbed a pharodiscus. And yeah, we have no clue of what it does, except that it held high concentrations of iron. And so, what do you do when something is very old and super strange? Well, you find an equally bizarre family, and then cram it in there. In this case, the conodonts, a group of jawless vertebrates found virtually everywhere. And this claim wasn't too outlandish, as paleontologists have been thrown a bone after discovering a brand new specimen with conodont-like teeth, a great sign that it might have been one after all. And briefly, scientists were able to take a breather. However, things were soon upended, as one researcher realized these teeth did not belong to the alien goldfish, but rather represented something it ate, as they were located in its guts, and thus putting us back to square one, except with the added information that we're now pretty sure it was a carnivore. Sadly, this new info remained the only update on Typhlosus for 3 decades. But it was finally interrupted by a groundbreaking statement in 2022 that Typhlosus was maybe, not for sure, but just maybe, a, drumroll please, mollusk. Now, you may want to sit down for this part, but this claim came after the discovery that it had a toothy tongue that it shot at prey from its, guts. Yeah, sounds kind of out there. Yet it turns out that some animals today do something a bit like this, namely again our friend the mollusks, with their tongue-like structures called radulas, and thus leading to our friend Typhlosus being linked to them. Only problem is though, that it also has turned out that radulas have evolved independently in non-mollusks too. So in other words, it may be too early to say what this blob-like cretin really was. This is definitely one of the hardest cases to crack out there at the moment, but hey, at least it's a solo job, as sometimes puzzling fossils come in pairs. And actually in this case, came from the same place as the Tully monster, the Mason Creek Formation.